I would like to call to order the City Council special meeting of October 27, 2025 at exactly 6 p.m. Madam Clerk, may we please have a roll call?
Councilman Werner.
Here.
Councilman Gleason.
Present.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Present.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Present.
Mayor O'Connor.
Present.
We have a quorum.
If you're able, please stand and join me for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda? If not, motion, please.
Motion. I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, second by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Councilman Werner.
Yes.
Councilman Gleason.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
This section of the agenda allows for comments from the public to speak. Each speaker will be given a total of 3 minutes to comment. A public comment card should be completed and returned to the city clerk. When you're called to speak, please go to the podium, and prior to addressing us here on the council, please state your name and address for the record. All public comments will be noted and may receive a response. Any follow-up will be handled by staff at a later time. Madam Clerk, do we have any comment cards?
We have no public comment cards, Mayor.
Being that we have no public comment, I will move forward with the consent agenda. Consent agenda. This section of the agenda consists of routine or administrative items that require final approval by the city council and may be approved in its entirety by a single motion. There will be no discussion of these items unless one of the council members requests such, in which case the item will be removed from the consent and considered on a future agenda. May I have a motion to approve consents?
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
There is no consent.
There's something.
There's a consent agenda, there's just nothing on it.
Makes it easy. It's where this.
All right, so we have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski,
Okay, so just, okay,
seconded by
Councilman.
Second.
okay. We have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, second by Councilman Werner. Councilman Gleason.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
yes.
Councilman Werner.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We have before us MSP 2025-05. The applicant is requesting approval of master sign plan for the retail sales and service use known as Lowe's, located in the northern portion of Pod G. The subject site consists of 12.72 acres and will include 107,547 square foot main building and a 26,601 square feet of garden center. This application includes 6 waivers. Our city attorney's not here, but since it's quasi judicial, we need to swear in. We need to disclose ex parte, which I've had. The only ex parte I've had was with our city attorney, which I'm not sure if I need to disclose, but I had it. And that's it. Has anybody else had any conversations?
I've had a conversation with Mr. Hearing
Okay,
today.
I don't think you need to declare an attorney, city attorney's
okay,
conversation.
but that's what I said. I don't think I need to do it. But, you know, I spoke to our attorney.
No, I did too.
Okay.
I am not.
Okay, now I need somebody to swear in witnesses. Can our clerk do that?
I'll swear them in.
Okay,
All individuals, please raise your right hand, repeat after me. Or I'm sorry, confirm. All individuals who intend to provide sworn testimony, please provide the truth. State that you affirm that you'll provide the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you.
thank you, Madam City Manager. Do we have a presentation? I'm assuming
We
yes.
do, sir. Good evening, Mayor, Council members, Osneil Leon, City Planner for the City of Westlake. Before you is application MSB 2025-05, Lowe's Master Sign Plan Review. The applicant is requesting approval of a master sign plan for the development known as Lowe's. It's located at the northern portion of Pod G. That's it. There you go. Again, the subject site's approximately 12 acres with the future land use of downtown mixed use and a zoning district of mixed use. On April 1st, 2025, the council approved a plat for Pot G, including North Parcel C, where the Lowe's will be located. On August 5th, 2025, the council approved application SPR 2025-02 for approximately 107,000 square feet of retail sales and service for the use, again, known as Lowe's. The applicant is requesting the following waivers for the master sign plan. It's for wall signs for the principal structure, requesting exceed the copy area of 90 square feet for 3 of the signs on the front facade. Also requesting to exceed the letter height for 2 of the signs. And also to allow for cabinet signs for 2 of the 3 signs. On the slide, you'll see the Lowe's main entrance sign, the garden center to your left, and the pro service. Those are the 3 signs being proposed as part of the master sign plan, and as well as a monument sign. You'll see on the next slide. Just as a note, the Lowe's main entrance sign, there has been some minor adjustments, minor adjustments based on the applicants and staff. So you'll see a new design, if you'll say, on the Lowe's main entrance sign. Again, these are the general locations where the signs will be placed, and as well as you can see the ground monument sign. There are no requested waivers for the monument sign. Again, for the principal tenant wall signs, one of the copy area of the main is 277 square feet. That might change with the new proposal that you'll see with the applicant presentation. The letter height also will change, I believe. I'm sorry, no, the letter height should not be changing for the main sign. These are the garden center proposed size. It's about 99 square feet copy area. This will be a cabinet sign. And the pro service sign also included. This one will also be a cabinet sign. This is the proposed ground monument sign, approximately 7 feet tall, with a copy area of 16 square feet. And the staff does recommend a condition of approval. The applicant will ensure that the final placement of the ground sign is located outside the applicable site visibility triangle, and will also, based on the applicant's presentation, and if the council approve, we'll also be requesting to staff provide, the applicant to provide to staff an updated master sign plan with any changes. That concludes my presentation, and I believe the applicant will also have a presentation.
Thank you very much, Osneal. I appreciate it. And council members, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for setting up this special meeting. Lowe's is very appreciative of your effort. I can tell you that they are in for building permit and are currently going through the building permit review process. And so they're really excited and are anxious to become a part of the city of Westlake. But your efforts here certainly help us do that and sends a strong message to the business community about how important it is to work with your development partners. So we're very much so appreciative. I do have with me today Mr. David Yost and Mr. Jerry from Creech Engineering. And Ms. Catherine Rosbell with the firm of Lewis, Longman and Walker is here today. Ms. Dewey's traveling, so she's not able to make it with us. So the applicant still is Minto PBLH LLC, as Lowe's has not closed on the property, but will be eminently following this meeting. So you're familiar with the site. It's 12.92 acres in size, and we reviewed that a few weeks ago, or I guess last month, when the commission approved the site plan. You're familiar with where the site is located, west of Seminole Pratt, just to the south of Town Center Parkway North. Site maintains 3 access points into the site. One from the new road that's been constructed from Seminole Pratt Whitney. It's not yet been connected, but the new road is largely built today. And then 2 access points on Town Center Parkway North. The master sign plan we're presenting is largely with the representations and the at least the graphics that we reviewed during the approval, I guess back in early September for the site plan. But of course, at that point, it was just a representation. And now we're bringing back, but the signs are in the same location that we represented back in early September. So this is the same plan that you just saw from Osneil's presentation. There are 3 wall signs. One on the north is for Pro Services. One in the center is the primary Lowe's sign. And then the one furthest to the south is for the Garden Center. And then we have a small, very small ground sign located at the kind of the westernmost entrance on the new access road that will come in from Seminole Pratt Whitney. The site is a little further back than what we would traditionally see with most retail stores. So we're about 1,000 feet back from Seminole Pratt Whitney. And that really justifies, the size, because the sizes of the letters that we show when you look at them 1,000 feet away are much different when they're 50 or 100 feet away from the right of way. But we did go and look at a couple comparable stores, and I'll show you some slides. One was from the Royal Palm Beach Lowe's, which is about 750 feet from State Road 7. And we also looked at the one in Lake Park, which is about the same distance. It's at a weird angle.
Same distance as this one.
Same distance. No, it's actually same distance as the Royal Palm Beach, 750 feet.
Okay.
So about 250 feet. This is 250 feet further back. But their landscape settings are about the same as well for reference. This is the monument sign. And this is largely driven by Minto, who wants a very clean, very simple, no large, loud monument signs. Simply says Lowe's. It's a simple logo. It's 4x4 sitting on a base. The base is required by code because we have landscape around it. So it'll be very, very nice. We are required a minimum of 3 feet of landscape around the entire boundary of the sign. So that ensures that when you actually would see it, you'd actually see a hedge and then just a little bit of stucco in the sign coming up. But as staff pointed out, there's no waiver required, but we are showing you comprehensively all the signs proposed on the portion of land that's owned by Lowe's. These are the 3 signs. Again, this is a duplicate of what you saw with Osneil. The main sign is the Lowe's sign. We are proposing an alternative, which we'll present to you shortly. To the red, which is all the way to the north, is the Pro Services. That's a cabinet sign, and which we're also requesting a waiver for the cabinet. And then the Garden Center sign, which is to the south of the yellow, is a sign. The basic Lowe's letters, these are consistent with their prototype. The size is consistent with the prototype. The size is the same as Lake Park and the same as what you see on State Road 7 in Royal Palm Beach, are all the same size. The background that they're on are slightly different because we're actually now doing something special for Westlake. But we've said that this was a special store, so I guess that's what Dave always told me. So he was happy to do that. So this is that main sign Now, the scale of these two diagrams are different, but the letters are the exact same size. The original plan, which you saw in the earlier renderings, was just the all blue parapet with the letters. Based on some input that we received from Councilman Langowski, we looked at some alternatives to make it a little bit more special. And so we've just done a blue box around the letters, leaving the main color of the building behind it, and then adding basically a EFS edge on the top to give it a cap to help tie it together. And I think it turned out very, very nicely. And I know, Lowe's was very gracious in working with us and getting quick corporate approval, because what's on the top is their current corporate theme, but this fits the flavor of special nature that we represented for Westlake. And as Osnil pointed out, once we've added this blue box, the calculation of the sign is done differently. We have to calculate the blue background. And so when you calculate the blue background, the overall area is 422 square feet versus what we previously represented. So I just want to make sure that that was clear. The letters don't get any bigger. The sizes of the letter don't get bigger. The area of the letters don't get bigger. But because of the fact that we've added the blue background, we have to calculate it consistent with the requirements of the code. Garden center sign, relatively simple sign. This is a cabinet sign. So we are asking for a waiver. The letters themselves are only 46 square feet. The cabinet itself is 99.65 square feet. So it exceeds the code, which is 90 square feet by 9.65 square feet. And then on the north side of the sites, the pro services, again, it sits back behind the canopy. This is it's smaller. The cabinet is only 74 square feet, and the letters themselves are only 35 square feet. But it is, again, the cabinet is a waiver, as this council knows, and so we'd like your consideration on that. So that's really what we're looking at doing. We are in agreement with Osnil's recommended conditions of approval. So what we would do, that way the record that you have is up to date. Since there's a change, he would have a final set that mirrors whatever you approve tonight, and we're in agreement with that. And this is just an example of this is Lowe's at Lake Park, which is off of Congress Avenue. Slightly different. It's at an angle, but if you look at it along the northbound traffic, the distance is about the same, but the letter size are exactly the same. So this is 750 feet. We're 1,000 feet. And then this is I just went on Google Maps and was able to get a picture from their parking lot to show you their design. A little different than what we're proposing. But the letters are the exact same size. It's about 760 feet to the right of way. So we're still further back than that. But I really think what we've done is a little bit classier. That little edge there is a little clunky from an architectural perspective. So I think what we're proposing really fits that bill. And that's it. Again, thank you for taking your time out of your schedules, which is very valuable, and we appreciate it, to have a special meeting because it is important. And thank you for your input. It's always helpful for us to be able, if you have a comment, to let it make known so that we can figure out some solutions, because often we can find a solution that's better, which is, I think, in the case. Hopefully you all feel that. Look forward to your comments, and certainly will answer any questions that you have. And with that, I'll conclude my presentation.
Put the new rendering up.
Can you put the rendering
Can I
back
put
up?
the new rendering up? Yes, I can. I just will have to go backwards because I just don't remember the exact slide number.
The optional.
There it is, right there.
There it is.
There it is. Right there. One more. Right there. That's the optional. Right.
Like it. Questions, comments?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Herring. Nice project. I understand your rationale for the size of the letter, size of the sign. I'm curious about the cabinet signs. Did you consider making those wall signs too?
Lowe's prototype, in other words, what they're doing on all their stores today for those two signs are cabinets. So we went with the prototype of their cabinet. So
the size is the same on all, and they do cabinet signs on their new prototypes. If you looked at, perhaps Lake Park, I think they actually have big giant letters that are much bigger that say Garden Center that are individual letters, but we've scaled it back and made it more simple. And that's what we prefer to do.
Okay, on the main Lowe's sign, is that internally lit, those letters?
Those are internally lit letters, individual letters,
Okay.
aluminum cased, individual letters.
Would you be able to do the Pro Service and Garden Center signs as a wall sign, also internally lit?
You could.
Not as a cabinet sign?
Oh, I mean, you can make it look exactly the same, just not the prototype that they would prefer to build.
Would you be willing to adjust it to do that?
It's not our preference. It's not our preference. If the overall council, that was the direction that they would like to go, we certainly would, would do that. It's just not, we would rather spend the money elsewhere on that.
So you're familiar with our development code because you've been here much longer than I
Yes,
have.
I am.
And the sign code, Article 2, prohibits cabinet signs.
Understand. We're asking for a waiver for it.
And that's it.
Understand. I understand what you're saying.
It doesn't give you any waiver.
I thought when we were dealing with the tractor
Let me-
supply that
I'll
there
read
was.
from that
Okay,
article.
go ahead.
This is Article 2, prohibited signs. The signs described in this article, unless otherwise provided in this article, are prohibited and shall not be installed or constructed within the city. Period. And the waiver that you're referring to is in another section in a different article.
We have cabinet signs throughout the city. I know.
You have some.
We just went through this.
Yeah, it's,
No,
We just went through this with somebody else.
it was tractors.
Tractors.
all of the signs in the new area, and the only cabinet signs are the monument directory signs where you can slip in the name,
Which are appropriate.
Directory sign.
Yeah, that's,
or a logo sign like Starbucks, which would I think be called cabinet.
Didn't we just do this?
Can
with
we do
Tractor
that with
Supply?
Tractor? Yeah.
No, Tractor Supply does not have any. I looked.
I swear we just went.
well,
through
you gave them an
cabinets.
approval for that.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
But anyway, that's what the code says. Would you be willing to change it to a wall sign with internally lit?
If we have to do that, we will do that.
Okay.
We'd prefer not, but if we have to, we will do it.
What?
Did you have a comment there?
what's the deal with the
let
cabinet
me-
sign?
My polished professional attorney here.
Hi, Catherine Rossmell, Lewis Longman and Walker on behalf of Minto PBLH. I would just like to say that the code says in section 113-8, master sign plan, the city council may vary the size, setback requirements, number, and types of signs as part of master sign plan application. This is consistent with how you all have applied this code in the past, is through a master sign plan. You allow waivers of various provisions in your sign code. As your code has historically been interpreted, this is consistent with actions you all have taken in the past. Oh, excuse me, hiccups, in the past.
I would agree with you if in Article 2, it said the signs described in this article, unless otherwise provided in this article, excluding cabinet signs, are prohibited. But it doesn't say that. You're referring to a different article. This is, in my judgment, in my mind, this takes precedent.
Sounds like we have some issues with our code where it's contradicting itself, and that
Some
sounds like us
interpretation.
issue, not so much an issue that we should be placing.
So let's make sure I'm understanding. So what the attorney just read is our master sign code, correct? Guidelines. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'm reading from the section titled 113-8 Master Sign Plan. And it says the city council may vary the type of signs as part of a master sign plan application.
Okay, that's what I understood. And I'm sorry, Councilman Warner, what is it that you're reading from? What specifically is that title or heading?
So this is Article.
Is it also master sign plan though,
No, this is under our sign code.
but not the master
No,
sign? Okay.
that's a different article.
But
Which
does a
one?
master cover, and maybe this is a question for the attorney,
That's a good
Yeah, so
point.
does master
it
cover?
comes down to whether the waiver would apply to prohibited signs. In the past, it has applied to prohibited signs. Going further, we'd like to clarify the code.
We
With-
have channels, I mean, we have cabinet signs in the city, correct?
When
No, I'm asking. I believe we do.
you said Tractor Supply, let me get the picture.
Are we able to pull our
Cabinet
waiver
sign-
from?
Hold on one
So
second, please. Do we
the
have
tract-
cabinet signs?
Yes, so the Tractor Supply that you're referencing to, that they were proposing to have cabinet signs. It was changed at the meeting to not have the cabinet signs.
Here's
Okay.
Tractor Supply, there's the front
But-
and there's the garden center.
And what about the Starbucks?
The logo, yeah, those are cabinet signs, but
So-
the logos are exempt from when they're trademarked like that, and that was a fairly newly.
We
changed.
went through this with
There's-
the barber, with Latch Life.
Yeah. So logos and things like
have a
that, we
picture of that?
updated the code for that.
What's the minute?
So the code does have that language built in to provide the council the power to approve this type of signs. Specifically says that the council can approve any waivers to a type of sign. The deviation, the council must find that the deviation is consistent with the intent and purpose of chapter 113, that it does not adversely affect public safety and aesthetics, and it is part of the integrated master sign plan. So that's kind of the criteria the council must find, kind of as your justification of approving master sign plans
Aside
and
from
waivers.
the intricacy in the code, which
Mhm.
needs to be addressed, what is the qualm with the cabinet?
Other than, it's just a code. I don't want to
Just a
see us
code.
setting a precedent. If you grant a waiver to Lowe's, what's to stop you and distinguish this approval for a waiver from any other business? I mean, if we were gonna do it, fine, but we should do it across the board.
I don't disagree. What's the most efficient way to clean up the code? What is the most efficient way to clean up the code?
Well,
so that
we would
can
amend
grant This waiver.
we would amend the ordinance and either provide that the waivers do apply to prohibited signs or don't, just to clarify it.
I mean,
Because
I don't mind them coming in front of us for a waiver, but I will also want you to be able to sleep at night. You know, so. So if there's a way to clean up the code to allow
Yeah.
for us to grant the request,
Well, you were here, I believe, when the code was put together.
I was not.
Okay, we don't know what the intent was when they prohibited a cabinet sign. Was it an aesthetic issue? Was it a quality of community issue?
Good news is now it's our intent that matters.
I understand that. Do we want,
So,
Mr. Mayor, may I please read something?
Sure.
On July 1st, our minutes from or action taken with the Tractor Supply Master Sign Plan review states that the application also includes one waiver request to allow cabinet sign on the logo, while the remainder of the sign will consist of channel letters. So we did approve a portion of their signage.
for which business?
for the logo of Tractor Supply, but
Tractor
from
Supply.
what, when Osneal says
Which is
logo
their
for exempt
logo.
anyways, so it was like a
Logo.
approval.
It's her brand, so it's
Yeah.
the logo.
I think
Right.
so. What we need to do is we need to just, I mean, that too, it is a logo.
Yeah, it's their brand. It's their logo. I drove by these,
No, the.
Pro service?
so the branding for their stores. Well, I drove around and I tried to.
Lowe's would be, I would.
All right, so how do we do it?
For the record, it is a part of their branding package, so they copyright everything that they have, so it's a part of their branding package. The logo that we are familiar with, obviously, is what you see up on the screen, their letters, that's that, but it is a part of their branding package, so to them, it's a part of their identity. So that's why it's, important. So if we can,
Would it not be easier to just do a wall sign without the cabinet?
it's a pretty big difference in cost.
I mean, you've adjusted the main sign here.
Yeah, but the main sign is individual channel letters. So, this is significantly different than having to fabricate individual channel letters, provide electrical service
Right.
to each individual letter versus electrical service to one cabinet. So it's, everything today adds up. So it is a cost.
Mr. City Attorney, what's the
Yeah.
most efficient way to do this?
Well, first off, it's up to the board tonight to interpret the code as to whether the waivers would apply to signs that are otherwise prohibited. Going forward, I'd like direction from the council on, do we want the waivers to apply to prohibited signs, or do we want them to just apply to things like setbacks or size?
I would like us to reach a consensus that we can allow the waivers to apply to prohibited signs. I believe that gives us the authority and us the leeway to do what us as a council wants to do.
I agree.
Are we all in consensus? Okay. so
No,
we have-
I would be a negative on that.
Okay. Do we have consensus from the majority of the council?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you have,
Yeah.
you have your marching orders there.
Gotcha.
Now, can I have a motion on this waiver? Or what's the next step,
Oh.
now that we've
Well,
cleared that?
first, we have to open up to the public, but
Well,
beyond
there's
that,
probably more discussion as well. but
yeah,
At least
I
we're
just,
past that hurdle. What else do we have to discuss?
Well, so I approached staff last week and then they passed that on to Don Herring with some ideas. And there's the new proposal.
Which I thought, by the way, I think it looks great.
So I wanted to see comments on that the new.
I like it.
I like it, yeah.
More appealing.
It has less bloom, makes it colors, it makes it a little bit cleaner.
It's-
And being that it's one of their,
Has it-
stores with their regional.
Okay.
I get more of like a homey,
Big
small
scale.
town feel, less corporate.
Okay, now you can go back to the channels or your cabinet.
The other waiver requests are for size because of the,
The
The
distance,
distance.
because of the distance and because of the added blue. Right?
Well, the extent of the size of the letters didn't change, but yes, we are asking, the maximum size of a letter is 36 inches. Because we are so far back from the road and looking at the scale of the building. So, you'll typically try to get the lettering and the signage so that it's proportionate with the scale of the building. Because if you put, big letters on a little building, it looks like big
Right.
letters.
No, I
But you put
agree.
bigger letters on a bigger building, it actually brings the building into more of a human scale.
Due to the distance of the setback and uniqueness of the situation, I'm very inclined
Yeah.
to grant them the extra square footage.
Right.
in the
And
site.
then the area is measured by the blue because once you increase the letter size, the area of the sign gets bigger. But when you add the blue background, you calculate under your sign ordinance, the area of the blue is what your sign area is, not just the letters. And so it just changes it from what we had shown in the staff report to 422 square feet. I mean, aesthetically, I don't know, I think that this is much better.
But the letter size did not change from
Exactly the
the
same.
original, it's just.
Yeah,
The blue.
no change in the letter
It's
size.
on the
And again,
clarification.
same letter size as Lake Park, same letter size as Royal Palm Beach.
Do we have to discuss any of the other waivers?
The other waivers are for the cabinet sign.
Right.
So there is
We
a,
have that, yeah.
waivers for size.
Yeah.
Right, we're all in agreement on size.
Yeah.
There's another sign that also increases the maximum allowed height, square footage and also letter. height.
yeah, the garden center sign.
Okay.
Also,
Sorry, go ahead.
the number of signs, that's another waiver. The code only allows one. We are applicants proposing 3 signs on the front facade.
Is good, and well, no, we still have to do public hearing and public comment. But do we have any other council comments?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just gonna flat out say it, I truly appreciate the size and the magnitude of the investment that Lowe's is making into our city. And it is clear as day that it is going to change the landscape of our area in our city, in terms of everything, bringing in outside traffic, bringing jobs. It's tremendous, and I'm happy to be friendly to the applicant when it comes to channel letters versus cabinet signs. If this is a hat tip that we can provide to you, I'm more than willing to do it because I appreciate what you guys are doing for us in this city. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open up for public hearing. The public hearing is now open. Do we have any comments from the public? Mr. Bobby Farber from St. Armand's Way.
Thank you. As for a public comment, I do agree with the additional 250 feet of the setback, that the sign approval makes sense. I don't think it'd be obtrusive or anything like that. And even with the triple sign waiver, that's their brand. I know those very well. They're always there. You can't have one without the other two. I just like a little reference on cabinet sign. Are we talking about like a prefabricated box with a plastic sign in there and then it's backlit like that?
Yes, I would find it's easier to maintain those.
Yeah, no, I understand. Are they, well, today everything's LED. I was gonna say fluorescent. I think that's showing ancient. So, okay, so yeah, it's easy maintenance, but I wanted to know what you meant by cabinet. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Farber. Please, just state you got to come to the podium. I'm sorry. It's procedure, and state your name and address for the
Yes,
record.
my name is Pete Miranda, 5427 St. Armands.
Welcome, Mr. Miranda.
Thank you. Just a note, for the future, prospective tenants, maybe there should be a package of the signage specifications that could be given to them to avoid, kind of these issues here that so they know when they come in what they have to do. And if they need a waiver, then that could be a different question. And that's it.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Ms. Campbell, you got anything for us? You sure? Okay, being no more public comments, I will close public hearing. And if there's no other comments from council, I would like a motion.
I move approval of the proposed sign plan as amended and the waivers requested with the exception of the cabinet signs.
Being that there's no second, motion dies. I'd like to entertain.
I'd like to make a motion to approve master sign plan 2025-05 as amended.
Second.
Including the waivers.
Including 6 waivers for the Lowe's development located in Podgy.
And for the new proposed version of the current.
Yeah, as amended, I said, yeah.
Staff conditions.
And staff.
We have a motion by Councilman Gleason, second by Councilwoman Leonard. Councilwoman Leonard,
Yes.
by Vice Mayor Langowski,
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor,
Yes.
Councilman Warner,
Yes.
Councilman Gleason.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Just want to say thank you for having this special meeting. Honestly,
We,
means a lot to us. What a great partnership we're going to have. Thank you.
we consider, we hope we can consider you a true community partner. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Council comments. Councilman Leonard,
No, none. Mr. Mayor?
Councilman Gleason,
I'll wait till next week, sir.
Councilman Werner.
I just want to request the council consent to direct our city attorney to clean up the provisions of the sign code that we just were discussing. And come back with the proposal.
He has that consensus
Yep.
already, I believe.
We did that.
We did that already.
Okay.
So, Vice Mayor.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I have one thing. Sorry, guys, one thing. I don't know if you recall, we had a program. I'm so glad you're in the audience, Ms. Campbell. We had a pilot program discussed called Go West with Palmtran. They had given us 2 options, and they're not inexpensive, and they're not at a cost to taxpayers. That being said, we're going out for appropriations to pay for the Go West program, which will bring public transportation to Westlake. There's 2 options, right? One option is weekdays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That would cost the city $209,440 a year. It's option A. Option B, weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. and 3 to 9:30 p.m. It would run later. That would cost the city $270,663. The city cannot afford either of those options, right? $270,663. The city, as it sits here today, cannot afford either of those two options. However, we have our lobbyist asking for state appropriations in order to pay for either of those programs. I'm also have a meeting with James Green from Community Services, who might have some money in his budget, especially when it comes to the elderly population. But our lobbyists believes that we would be far more successful in receiving the state appropriations if we were willing to provide a 25% match, which means the state would pay for 75% and we would pay for 25%. So what I'm asking for is consensus to direct our city manager to say, yes, we would, as a council, be willing to do a 25% match if we had to.
Is the 25% just the city, or is there any county and community services?
Well, that would be.
We don't know how it's gonna shake out yet, but we're running close to the deadline for appropriations. So we have to be willing to at least provide the 25% if we had to. We may have to provide zero. We don't know yet.
Can we get this onto the next agenda to discuss?
It's too tight. That's why I'm bringing it up today.
But
It's gonna be past
even if
the
they
deadline.
do come back with a match, we're gonna have to put it on an agenda
Yeah.
eventually.
Correct. We just need to say, we just need to say, there's no formula.
Yeah.
We just need to be able to say, yes, we'd be willing to pay for 25%.
That's good.
So I just need the yes from us so that city manager can instruct our lobbyists that yes, the city would be inclined for the 25%. We may not get any of it, you know, we may get it and then it gets line item vetoed by the governor again.
Right.
Anything can happen, but this is the beginning of the steps. So would the city be willing to pick up 25% to bring public transportation to the city of Westlake?
Well, we're willing to move to the next level and see if we can get something.
Yes.
Okay,
7,500.
very good math, sir.
Go west.
That just, yeah, it's called West, Go West.
Yeah, so I was speaking
Go west,
to
but-
the representative, but what is the monies for that we're paying? Is it for the bus? If it's for
It'd be the whole program.
The whole program
Yeah,
itself?
it'd be
'Cause I thought the program was free when I spoke to her, but
No.
so the city, each city.
Program
pays a
doesn't
portion.
exist. The program doesn't exist. They are, program
Okay.
does not exist, period, end of story.
Okay,
They are willing to create this pilot program to bring public transportation to us. What they're asking the cities, so yes, the county is picking up probably a large
I
portion.
was gonna
So
say,
we have to bus stay.
What they're asking the city to contribute is that 200 and change or 270, whatever that may be. We can't afford it as it is, so we're looking for funding for that. Our lobbyist seems pretty confident that he can get the state to pick it up, but they're gonna want us to have some skin in the game.
Did you get your answer yet?
okay.
I did
Yes.
get my answer, I was just explaining it.
Yes.
To Councilman. He's got a very important dinner to get to. All right.
In the books, that's
That
all.
being said, staff reports, let's get Councilman Warner out of here. Council report,
Is it anniversary or something?
okay,
Go.
BBD, city attorney,
Nothing to report.
city manager, you got anything for us?
Okay, I do have a few things. First, I just want to thank staff, planning and zoning and city clerk's office for getting this on the agenda so quickly. It was a short turnaround period and I appreciate your efforts. Briefly, I just wanted to address hurricane season. We see the storm that's out there and I want to send thoughts and prayers to people that have friends and family that are in Jamaica. And let this just be a warning to us. This could be us. And we want to be proactive and not reactive. And so there's a few more weeks left in hurricane season. So I encourage everyone to please be prepared. Please stay prepared. Please be aware. Reminder that regular city council meeting is next week at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And there's just one item I wanted to bring up before council, and it's regarding the upcoming holidays. Christmas and New Year's falls on a Thursday this year. And I wanted to propose to council if the possibility of closing the city office. We work with a very lean staff. And while the city will be if the potential for the city to be closed, staff would still the few members that would be, be in the office would still have the opportunity to work uninterrupted. Um, and be able to better use resources. So I'd like to propose to council if it's an option to close that Friday after Christmas and close that Friday after New Year's. We did go out to some of the other cities. Of the, I believe it was 19 responses that we received, 7 are closed for Christmas and 3 are closed for New Year's.
We can,
I'd also like to propose Friday after Thanksgiving.
We do already have that. We do. And mind you, there will be some staff that still will be working, but it's just the doors will be closed. We'll advertise to the public.
Yeah.
You guys can have a break.
And just also to clarify, it would really just affect your admin staff and then the building department.
Okay. Any issues?
Quite frankly, I didn't hear when you were proposing to close.
I'm sorry, so it would be the day after Christmas and then the day after New Year's.
Okay.
The Friday.
Are there any cities here that close between Christmas until after New Year's?
That I haven't sought any answers for, but
Because most people are not doing anything during those, as far as I know.
Yeah, but it's.
You gotta keep the wheels in.
Yeah, you gotta have some.
yeah, that'd be difficult with building department services and
Good with that.
A fast-growing city.
so I have council
Yes.
consensus for both those days. Thank you. Staff, thanks you.
Let the record show, I gave a big thumbs up. So that's included in the minutes.
Thank you. That's all the updates that I had. Thank you.
All right, last public comments. If Jackie Campbell? Nope, you gotta come up. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I know.
That's fine.
I need your name and address for the record.
Jackie Campbell, 522, what address? 5220 Siesta Key Lane. What's the difference between the box sign? Why is there an objection? I didn't understand the objection. I know it came from the code or whatever code you were reading from, but is there advantage or disadvantage for the box versus the original sign? I'm just curious.
The
What's-
cabinet sign?
The cabinet sign, yes.
What was my objection?
Well, not necessarily you. I just didn't want to understand the difference between the two.
The applicant, I'll tell you, the applicant's concern really came down to cost. It's a lot more expensive. And we're talking about for their lawn garden and their pro services sign. It's a lot more expensive to do the.
Right,
Yeah.
box sign, I guess just put it up there.
It's the lettering, just the individual
Yeah.
lettering.
Right.
And what's the difference between cabinet sign and?
It's an aesthetic issue. The cabinet signs seem to be a little less aesthetically pleasing. If you look at all the signs that we have out there now, they're individual letters and they fit in nicely with each of the centers, even though they're all different.
Mhm.
The cabinet is just a plain old cabinet, and you slip in a plastic base.
But I think it looks good, actually. The cabinet sign, I think it looks cleaner. It's,
Cleaner?
yeah, I think so,
Well,
to me.
that's a matter
No,
of
no one's gonna argue with you.
aesthetics is. in the
Certainly
eye
not
of the
me.
beholder.
Exactly.
I just want to understand the difference, that's all.
Board Councilman.
Bobby Farber, 4829 St. Armors Way. Little encouragement. When I first came down here, I spoke to Ken Castle, literally like from the beginning, and I even showed him a map. I might have brought it to the council about transportation. I kind of saw it. I'm not saying my thought was novel, but really think about it because we're building. If we can't get people out here, people to work, people have to come here, we're going to sink. I mean, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. Also, take a look into how much money the city could reap by bringing in more population, and it might offset what that 67,000 may be. But I think regardless, it's.
Yeah, we've already agreed to.
No, I understand that. It's.
I'll take it a step further. In the event that we don't get the appropriations this year, it'll be part of the budget conversation to try and get the whole thing included,
Right.
right? The whole
Yeah.
200 or whatever, so that we can we're gonna bring public transportation one way or another,
Okay.
but we're gonna try to get it paid.
Again, because I think the offset, the business we bring here and the people that come in, gas tax, everything that kind of comes together, if that It's gonna overweigh that cost, and without it, we're not a city where no one's coming in.
We're on the same page.
Excellent.
Awesome.
I know, that's why I said I'm so glad you're here. Okay, if there are no more comments, I will adjourn at 6:49 PM. Thank you, team. Well done.
Been done quickly.
Try.